We ain't gonna waste no time. We just gonna jump right into this. I don't know if y'all heard today about the Cosby star Malcolm Jamal Warner uh, has been has died today, apparently from a drowning. Um, it's been all over the news today, but this is the update from that. Y'all heard? If y'all didn't heard that he drowned on a family vacation. Who's in Costa Rica, I believe. Yeah, but nobody isn't raising question. I'm surprised I haven't seen anybody raising the question of, was this an accidental death or was this foul play involved? Right? We're gonna hop right into that. But first of all, I'm gonna get into the latest. I'm gonna play this. Hopefully, I can play this. You know what I'm saying, without getting a copyright strike. This from CNN. You know, as y'all into this chat, hit the live, subscribe. Excuse me, and the notifications. You know, get more people in here with the super chat. We want to discuss this matter and what do y'all think about this? But they say, why do you always question things like, you know, after everybody's death, especially a celebrity? Why do I always question it? But why not? You got to raise the question. Something it ain't right. All right? Something ain't right. Am I saying that it's foul play? No, I'm not. But I am raising the question. And the question should be raised. After any mysterious death on out the country, we talking about out of the country. We ain't talking about in this country. We talking about outside of the country, right? And when I play this update, you'll be suspicious too. Okay? Not saying that it is, right? I'm not saying that it is foul play involved, but you should raise the question. Is this or is it not foul play? After anybody's death. Ain't no death should just be ruled an accidental death, especially outside of the country, right? And if you just do that automatically, if nobody raised the question, an investigation won't be done, right? I think after every death, an investigation should be a follow-up investigation should be done. Not just warded off as an incidental death. He just went out swimming on the coast. Well, I don't think this is right. I don't think nobody just gonna go out in the middle of the ocean and start swimming. I don't know. Now we're gonna get this full update right now. Hold on, let me play this update. I hope I gonna get hit from a copyright strike for perspective. When you join me from Facebook, we got fake people. We join live in Facebook and YouTube together. So hold on, let me keep my live here. Hold on, hold on, let me turn it down. All right. So, oh shit. Oh, there we go. I'm gonna play this update and y'all see. What do y'all think? Now, this is the story. I don't know if y'all heard the update story on how this all transpired, besides this accidental death.
For Cosby Show fans and fans of the star Malcolm Jamal Warner, dead at the age of only 54. We are getting some new reporting from TMZ on this shocking death here of the actor that was, of course, so well known on the Cosby Show, but went on beyond the show there as well. So let's now bring in Branson Quirky from TMZ to break it all down for us and the latest updates from this really sad story.
Yes, obviously so heartbreaking. Such a tragedy here in the office. So many Cosby Show fans of this wonderful actor, and he had a very long career even after the show that he was known for. Well, just getting into the details, TMZ has learned a little bit more about what happened on Sunday morning, very early. We are told by Costa Rican National Police that Malcolm had actually gone out for an early morning swim. He had a little after sunrise, got into the water. Not too many details about what.
See, he's going to the water by himself, right? Why? Right? That's understandable, right? He want to go for a swim by himself, right?
Exactly happened once he was in the water, but authorities did end up finding his body actually hundreds of yards away down the shoreline. His body was discovered in a rock.
So his body is found hundreds of yards, right? I'm trying to get this step by step, okay? His body was found hundreds of yards in the shoreline, all right? Originally where he swam, okay?
Rocky Cove. It was brushed up against that rocky cove. We do know that first responders were called to the scene. Paramedics immediately tried to resuscitate him and made those efforts, but those efforts were unfortunately unsuccessful. We are being told by authorities that they currently believe that the cause of asphyxiation and the drowning is due to a possible very powerful rip current that may have come in again early in the morning. And as we know, rip currents are very powerful, and the immediate instinct when something like this happens is to swim against it, swim back to shore. But in many cases in the past, tragedies in the
could he have went out for a swim? Could I'm just saying, could he have actually went for a swim or a walk on the beach? Did y'all think about that? Could did he actually go for a swim, or did he just go for a walk on the beach? Why is just ruled why is it just ruled an accidental death? They just ruled it automatically. They didn't look deeply into why would he go out and swim in the middle of the ocean? I mean, come on, that. Something could have happened to him. Somebody could have attacked him. Y'all know how them foreign people is. Stuff can happen in other countries, right? I already know it's dangerous to go certain places by yourself, right? How many of y'all know about Costa Rica and the dangers of Costa Rica? It just automatically ruled, an accidental death.
The past, what happens is it only carries you out further and further, and then that leads to being tired and everything, and then drowning, of course.
Yeah, so unbelievable there. And Branson, I also was reading that just days ago he had another podcast episode that was dropped, and now a lot of fans are starting to really listen to that as maybe one of his last times that you hear him.
Right, exactly. I mean, that kind of leads me to all of.
I'm not saying this is a death like conspiracy, right? I'm leaning towards there could have been some foreigners. Like he's walking by himself. or swimming by himself early in the morning, may have seen him, right? Maybe could have tried to rob him or do something to him, right?
Pouring of love that we're seeing all the celebrities talking about after hearing about this horrible news. Won't say that he was a quiet force, saying that he was a deeply thoughtful man, and those were not only the outpouring of love that we heard. We also are seeing celebrity after celebrity coming out speaking about this. Just for example, saying that he was a man of integrity. Jamie Foxx also came out saying that he is speechless, and I quote, speechless on this one, truly heartbroken and to rest in peace. And also Jennifer Hudson has spoken out this morning saying that she is devastated and truly heartbroken. And man, let me tell you, this guy had a very long career. We're talking about a character that he's known for, Theodore Huxtable, but what he really had was a multi-decade career in Hollywood, spanning several different shows. I did a little bit of research before this, and he had about 84 credits on his resume before passing away at just 54 years old. And TMZ also obtained photo, possibly the last photo of him that we may even have ever seen on TMZ.com at the airport on July 13th coming into Costa Rica. It's just so tragic to look at that photo and think that just a week later he'd be.
Type this in. The dangers of Costa Rica. Dangerous visits in Costa Rica. Okay. Let's look this up. You out on a foreign island, then you go swim. How, since he went by himself, right? Mm-hmm. Did he say to his family, "I'm going swimming on the beach," or was he going on a walk on the beach? See, it's a difference, y'all. See, we when we get more into detail, right? We could really visualize and get the truth, right? So, can his family that he went on the vacation with, what did he say to them? Was he going swimming on the ocean? Now, I mean, kind of come on now. Is Malcolm Jamal Warner known for swimming? Or did they assume that he was swimming? What's the assumption, right? What is the actual words before he left? Right? I'm not saying that it's some big conspiracy to kill Malcolm Jamal Warner. And I'm not saying this, but y'all already know when you go outside the country, you see you walking by yourself, you might get hit on some foreigner shit. Right? What's good, Nita? So they are automatically ruling this as an accidental death. But he's by himself. If anybody else was there with him, I don't think this wouldn't have happened, even if he was swimming. So, what, and they trying to say, they assume there's some rip current that could have pushed him out. I don't think so. And that he's drowned. And I heard Malcolm Jamal Warner is a pretty damn good swimmer. And he ain't gonna go out far into the ocean, right? If you're a good swimmer and you're a well-known good, you know intuitively, like the ocean. And he done this many a time in his life. This ain't his first rodeo. He gone out the country many a time. He done this. He know where to swim, how to swim, right? You ain't just no amateur swimmer. And he 54 years old. I mean, come on now. They are warding this. They are just, I forgot this. This woman got kidnapped. I don't know if it was Costa Rica or whatever. I think it was Costa Rica. This is why I'm raising the question. This woman was kidnapped, right? Well, she disappeared. And they never found her. And they had, it was going on all over the internet. I forgot this woman. It just popped up in my mind. If I could have thought about this earlier, I could have found the video and compared these two. Disappeared in Costa Rica. It was never found to this day. This is, see, and everybody just accepting now that, oh, it's an accident. He went out swimming. He was dumb. He's going out swimming in the middle of, I don't think so. I don't think y'all got to give Malcolm Jamal Warner more credibility than this. He was smart, well-educated, woke. I don't think he was that stupid to go on a damn foreign island in the middle of the ocean swimming. I don't think he would do that. The news gonna dress it up and make it how they want to and you know them Costa Rican Coast Guard, they don't give a damn about Americans. They just gonna tell you anything. They ain't gonna do no deep investigation. They got to be forced by the family. The family has to demand an investigation, right? They have to demand an investigation, or the Coast Guard just ruled this as an accidental death. Oh, he just got washed up on the shore. I don't think so. I don't think you gotta give Malcolm Jamal Warner more credit than that. If y'all just ruling this accidental death, y'all saying Malcolm Jamal Warner is a stupid dude. He's stupid. I don't think he was stupid. You got to give him more credit than this. I believe that he was too smart to just up and go out in the middle of the ocean, knowing a good swim. He is not an amateur, just like I said. I don't think he would do this. My story, what I think, and you know, we're going to have to get more detail from the family too. I'm going to get more, when the family give out their statements, when they ready and all this, when they done more, when they tell the story, we can more get a better picture of what went down. Is this like Malcolm Jamal Warner, right? To go out in the middle of the ocean and swim. I don't think so. I don't think that an experienced person who handles dangerous work, like that's just like skydiving from a plane with no damn parachute. You got to be smarter than this, right? And I don't think that Malcolm Jamal Warner would have went out and swam far just for a damn swim. No, I don't think so. And I'm not saying it's some big conspiracy. I think foreigners could have played a part in this. Somebody looking for change. Let's see this. The dangers of visiting Costa Rica. Let's look at the dangers of visiting Costa Rica. And this is what most people don't look at, right? And you can look in Google and see the dangers of and see many of stories on Costa Rica. You say crimes concerns, petty theft, including pickpocketing and bag snatching, common in tourist areas. Huh? Crime is common in tourist areas. He was in a tourist area. This is where thieves hide out at, murderers, robbers in tourist area. They was in a tourist area. And he's just all of a sudden just washed up ashore. I don't think so. Number two, it's a violent crime. In Costa Rica, there has been a notable increase in violent crime, including armed robbery and homicide. Huh? Huh? Can I say this again? There has been a notable increase in violent crime, including armed robbery and homicide. In 2023, the homicide rate rose significantly, raising concern amongst travelers. Let me stop right there. See, all it is, if you want to know something to take, all you have to do is Google it. Okay? Let me read this again. There has been a notable increase in violent crimes, including armed robbery and homicide. In 2023, the homicide rate rose significantly, raising concerns amongst travelers. Tourists should exercise caution, especially in poorly lit areas, to avoid walking alone at night. Should I rest my case, please? Am I on to something? I think I'm on to something. The homicide rate rose significantly in 2023. They say avoid poorly lit areas, avoiding walking at night. He went out for an early morning swim. And this is the violent crime rate, homicide. Now we talking about robbers staking out in tourist areas. And we already know these tourist areas are expensive, right? Expensive. We talking about they hang out around the expensive areas, right? They seen Malcolm. They could have seen, I'm just saying allegedly, they could have seen Malcolm Jamal Warner walking alone, in which he was. They said in the news that TMZ just said he was alone early in the morning, right? It could have been dark, right? It could have been dark. See, this, boy, if that ain't a clue, I don't know what is. And he went swimming. Y'all know he ain't that damn stupid to be going swimming in the middle of the goddamn ocean. I believe it could have been an attempted robbery, right? I'm not saying this is a what's good, Jericho? I don't believe that he could have just walked out. No, excuse me. Let me rephrase that. I don't believe he could have just swam out in the ocean, in the middle of the ocean, swimming. I don't think so. because he wasn't that stupid. He's an experienced, intelligent man. He ain't gonna go out in the middle of the ocean and his body, it was hundreds of feet, right? They said they found his body hundreds of feet away. And it could have been a riptide. They said it could have been a riptide. I don't believe that. It could have been. They don't know. They don't know. And they got everybody on the internet saying, oh, nobody, I couldn't find nowhere. I could not find anywhere of people raising the question. This question. I think I'm the only ninja on the internet that's raising this question. Right? And I think y'all should share this because of that. Hold on, let me share it. You can't find nowhere else or somebody else raising the question. And y'all know how foreign country, other countries, outside this country could be always covering stuff up. And you have to really dig deep for an investigation. It's so hard for an investigation of this type of caliber. But I think on Malcolm Jamal Warners, it's a hard for any regular person. But on in Malcolm Jamal Warner's case, I think he can get it raised. And I think his family is skeptical. Well, they should be. And they should want a deeper investigation. So, if you ain't heard, I'm going to say it again. Malcolm Jamal Warner went out early in the morning for a swim. Let me play this again. Let me play it one more time. And y'all get the drill. Let me just play it one more time. This is new well, this is an update information on what he did, what happened.
For Cosby Show fans and fans of the star Malcolm Jamal Warner, dead at the age of only 54. We are getting some new reporting from TMZ on this shocking death here of the actor that was, of course, so well known on the Cosby Show, but went on beyond the show there as well. So let's now bring in Branson Quirky from TMZ to break it all down for us and the latest updates from this really sad story.
Yes, obviously so heartbreaking. Such a tragedy here in the office. So many Cosby Show fans of this wonderful actor, and he had a very long career even after the show that he was known for. Well, just getting into the details, TMZ has learned a little bit more about what happened on Sunday morning, very early. We are told by Costa Rican national
Sunday morning, very early, right? Just listen to him very early. I got to pay attention to details.
National Police that Malcolm had actually gone out for an early morning swim. He had gone out to the coastline just before sunrise and a little after sunrise.
Just before sunrise. So it was dark, right? He gone out just before sunrise. Even if he did go for a swim, right? Let me show y'all something. Even if he did go for a swim just before sunrise, that means it was dark, right? And this is the concerns about Costa Rica. Let me read it again. The concern of Costa Rica, violent crime. There has been a rise. There has been a notable increase in violent crimes, including armed robbery and homicide. In 2023, the homicide rate rose significantly, raising concerns amongst travelers. Tourists should exercise caution, especially in poorly lit areas, and avoid walking alone at night. Right? Am I right about that? So this is before sunrise. So they are telling you, right? They are telling you. I don't even know if y'all heard that last one or whatever. They are telling you to avoid poorly lit areas in tourist places. They are telling you this. Malcolm Jamal Warner was walking or swimming before sunrise. So that means it was dark. And the crime rate in Costa Rica is skyrocketing. Why would you walk? This is what he failed at, though. He probably been to Costa Rica a million times. That's probably where his family go all the time, where he felt comfortable to walk alone at night. This resort is probably what they rent, probably every single time they go to Costa Rica. Huh? Y'all don't think those robbers and scammers watch that? They watch poor areas, right? They watch poor. No. Excuse me, not poor areas. They watch travelers. They watch those type of areas, right? Foreigners. They seen him walking at night. I'm telling y'all, I don't think this was an accident. This is I can't. And if it was anybody else, I would say they would be raising the question: well, is this a homicide? Because it should be treated as a homicide, y'all. This should be treated as a homicide first. It shouldn't be ruled an accidental death. The Costa Rican Coast Guard ruled this accidental. Let me put this right here real fast. Let me put that right there. And if you open up your Google Bibles, you will see the dangers of walking by yourself at night in Costa Rica. At night, yeah, it was before sunrise. When you read in the TMZ report, it was before sunrise. So, how could you just rule this an accidental death? I don't think so. And I think it's not an American. I think it's the Costa Rican Coast Guards that's covering something up. Because how could you rule a death and you don't even know the cause of death yet? They say asphyxiation or how he died, right? How could they just rule it that fast? And did the autopsy report? They ain't did no autopsy report yet. How is it that damn fast that they ruled the death well, they didn't even do an autopsy report? In one day? Are you kidding me? That they ruled the death asphyxiation? It takes time for an autopsy report. How can they just rule it was that fast? No, something ain't right. Don't y'all smell a skunk? Because I do. How could you rule it that fast? See, when they're covering up something, they rule the cause of death really fast. And how long does it take to figure out the cause of death? Let's do that. Let's look up the Google box. How long does it take to figure out the cause of death? How? Let me do. I'm typing this in right. How long does it take to figure of death? We're gonna do this together, y'all. Y'all in here with me. How long does a toxicology right? Let's do that. How long does a toxicology report? All right, let's go here. Let me make sure y'all with me. Let's go. How long does it take a toxicology report to complete a toxicology report? All right, let's read the definition. Y'all watching me? It says 4 to 6 weeks. Did y'all hear me on that one? Huh? Did y'all hear that? 4 to 6 weeks. In reality, while an autopsy is usually completed within a day or two, after a death, the final results. See, an autopsy report can be completed within a day or two. Yeah, but we don't know an autopsy report. We don't know. But the results, the final results of a toxicology report may take 4 to 6 weeks or longer. So how did they come up in a matter of a few hours, the cause of death? Oh, that case closed. Oh, he drowned. That's it. Nah, something ain't right. Something ain't right. Especially with the foreign police, they just don't give a damn about Americans or anybody of a foreign country. They just say anything. Right. 4 to 6 weeks. And we already have the cause of death already. I don't think so. So, again, let me rephrase. You cannot. Look, I'm going to say this first. I don't think Malcolm Jamal Warner was that damn stupid to swim in the middle of the ocean in the middle of the night. We talking about it in the middle of the night. It had to be the middle of the night. It was before sunrise. It was dark outside. I don't think he was that damn stupid to be swimming in the middle of the night. No, not in the middle of the night. Before sunrise in the morning. Imagine before. If you look outside, I don't know if you in the Midwestern area. This is how it looks before sunrise. It's dark. It's dim before sunrise. And they warn you not to be walking by yourself. They warn you that. And the internet warns you. Do not be in a... I think he even knows this, but I think that his family... I got to get the details, though. I think his family normally picked this resorts or whatever, or they probably is really familiar with Costa Rica. This is why he felt comfortable in walking by himself at night. I think so. But the drowning part, let's get to that. Let's get to this drowning part. Drowning from an experienced swimmer, right? Who knows? Like a lifeguard. That ninja is a lifeguard. Who knows how far to go? Especially in foreign waters, right? I don't think he was swimming, y'all. I don't think he was swimming. I don't think he went to go swim. I think he went for his normal meditate, because you already know when you woke, right? When you're intelligent, you go for like walks. You a loner. You go for like those meditative walks on the beach, probably to clear his mind, just to go see, probably just to write, write for his next podcast, write for his next book, write for his journey. This is therapy, and that's a usual therapy for a creator, right? Could he have gotten caught slipping and thrown in the water? Probably robbed him. Probably, he probably fought back. They couldn't take him for ransom. He wasn't going down like no punk. Malcolm Jamal Warner, he wasn't going down like no punk. He probably got stuck up and started swinging. You know how ninjas is. And that's probably what led to his demise. It probably got outnumbered. See, I'm just speculating. This question has to be raised for him to get the full look into what really happened to him. We got to speculate. Because of this, they got to do, just in case, they got to do a full autopsy. They got to get a full autopsy first. The toxicology report. We got to wait the 4 to 6 weeks. And you already know them foreign countries, man, they just get their own toxicology report. They don't care. They'll just tell you anything. But if the question is raised, I believe Malcolm Jamal Warner has enough power to get a full investigation. This needs to be under investigation. This just don't need to be just a ruled drowning. Of course he drowned. We already know but how he drowned? How did he drown? Right? How? It ain't that he was swimming. They blamed it on him. They are blaming him for his own death. And they said, it was a risk. It may have been a risk. They said it may have been a risk. They don't know. That's telling you they don't know. They have no clue. Are we clueless for raising this question? Or is they clueless? Because they don't know. They said it may have been a rip current that ripped him off. They don't know. So, don't say I don't know. Because I'm just raising questions. I don't know. But this question has to be raised for him to get a full toxicology report, an investigation to look into this. Like I said, if it was anybody else, I think that it would have been a conspiracy. It would have been questions raised already. Malcolm Jamal Warner drowned. It wouldn't just be Malcolm Jamal Warner drowned. It could have. It'd be could We'll wait on the toxicology report. No, they just seeing this right off the bat. Oh, he just drowned. That's it. No, they not raising that question, y'all. And I think, in closing, y'all hit that like button and subscribe, notification. I appreciate everybody. Excuse me, I'm talking a little fast. I appreciate everybody for joining the live today. And share this video. Share this video because a lot of I don't see nobody else on the internet is raising this question. Nobody's on the internet raising this question. Nobody got podcasts. Nobody ain't saying nothing but, yeah, he drowned. Oh, RIP. No, I gotta think. I gotta get the full toxicology report. And then I can say, oh, yeah, he drowned. Or it wasn't no involved. But you can't trust them foreigners anyway. They just say anything. So we might not ever know the full story. Because a lot of people have came up missing in Costa Rica. A lot of people have been robbed and killed. The crime rate has went up. So let me be the first one. If nobody ain't talking about this, let me be the first one. And as the reports come out, I'm going to be sharing more on this case, right? As the family gives statements, well, we'll know a whole lot more about it. And we'll get into more detail as it go along. I'm going to be looking a whole lot more into this case. I am going to raise questions. Please help me share this information. It needs to be a full investigation done. It's not being done. It needs to be a full investigation, and I'm help raising the bar of could this be foul play? This needs to be investigated. And I'll come out with more as this story go along. Y'all hit that like button, that share button, subscribe, hit a notification. I'm going to keep y'all updated. I appreciate everybody for joining the live. Stay tuned. Excuse me. Appreciate that Needed Jericho for joining the live. And if anything made sense to y'all, like for real, this all makes sense. This all makes sense. Everything that I brought up, it just I just can't. It just didn't sit well with me. That's why I had to come on live. Like, you I can't just let them just say this and get away with just murder. Nah, we gotta raise the question. Thank y'all for joining.